Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Emeleus. I'm just on the cusp of becoming a Stage 3 trainee. I'm working in a specialist training position in a private hospital on the Gold Coast in Queensland. I'm also the trainee representative for Queensland, so I sit on the TRC. I guess we've all been thinking about our own mental health and that of our patients, and the role of psychiatry in assisting in this COVID situation. So you will have no doubt noticed that many of our patients are experiencing higher levels of stress, and many of the things that usually help people cope with stress are not accessible because of social isolation. This of course has an effect on us and our colleagues as well. There are some things that you need to be aware of with regard to training, and the college has a COVID-19 information page on the webpage which has a link to the updates to training, so it's very important to keep an eye on that. The main thing which has happened is that many of the decisions that get made about training have been decentralised and are now undertaken by the branch training committees and the directors of training for this period of time. So decisions about whether you can, approving your psychotherapy reading case sessions being conducted by video conference, and issues around interruptions to your rotations can be dealt with by your director of training with the support of the branch training committee. And if you go and read the guidelines from the college, it's actually really quite flexible. At the time of the video, we don't know what's going to happen with the exams for the second half of the year, but please be assured that the trainee representative committee has been involved and advocating heavily, quite assertively, for trainees to think about minimum impacts on training and trainee welfare. And we also have to keep in mind that this is an unprecedented worldwide pandemic that nobody expected was going to happen. And all organisations are trying to make the best decisions under sometimes quite difficult circumstances. I do understand that our trainees are across all different states and territories in Australia and in New Zealand, and the ways in which you will have been affected are different according to your local environment. I've been asked to talk about 5 things which you could do right now that will help you get through. And I guess I can I've read things, but I guess I can speak for myself. The things I think are really important. It's really boring, but physical activity is really important for dealing with stress hormones and keeping your brain healthy. I am, as you can see, no marathon runner, but I've been fortunate enough to be able to ride my bicycle to work, and it's still nice weather, so that's been a really good thing every day. Think about something that feeds your soul that maybe you haven't done for a while, or that would be easy to lose in this environment, and make sure you keep it up. So it might be something that you do with your hands, the garden, playing the piano, playing with your pets, reading, whatever you enjoy that perhaps you haven't had time for a while. Having extra time at home might give you the opportunity to do some of those things again. I've found it helpful to limit exposure to the news. It's a bit overwhelming and a bit constant, and sometimes things are there which turn out not to be true, and it can be more information than you can take in. And in addition to the stories you're hearing from patients and colleagues at work, it's just too much. So work out how much is enough and how much you need to keep up to date. My 4th point would be that it is important to keep up to date because people will expect you to know because you're a doctor. So find out the best source of information that you relate to, that seems to make sense to you, that you know is reliable, whether it's the updates from your health service or your state health website. And just keep in touch with that each day so you've got accurate information, both for yourself and for patients. And I guess the other thing I think is from Project AIR, which is the personality disorder strategy, there's a lovely saying about being contagious with calm. So it's helpful not to pass on alarming things unnecessarily, or if we're not sure whether they're true, and being a voice of calm and containment for other people helps them, and it also helps you. And please remember that there are a number of different ways for you supporting your own well-being. There is a project called Hand in Hand, which a couple of the TRC registrars are involved in, and a number of other psychiatrists and psych registrars around Australia for providing support to peers. That has a Facebook page. And there are lots of resources popping up online from our college, from the British College of Psychiatrists, from the online CBT websites like MindSpot, This Way Up, and there is also a acceptance and commitment therapy video that Russ Harris put out around coping with COVID from an ACT perspective. There are all sorts of things popping up, many of which are really helpful. So don't be scared to look for those resources as well. And remember that you can contact the TRC. So in general, the website is yourstate.trc@ranzcp.org.au. And all of the trainee welfare contacts are on the college website and also available through InTrain. So I wish you all the best, and don't hesitate to get in touch with your TRC rep and also your Psychiatric Trainees Association for support during this time. And also thank you all for the hard work that you're doing to support other people. Thanks. Bye.